Hello, hello, Motherland Moguls, everyone. How are you? Yetunde Shoulders here, waiting for you all to come in. I'm super excited. I've been stoked about this for months, and I'm glad to have you here. Thank you for joining me. If you're on and you can hear me, type in the chat, yes. I would love to know that you can hear me since I'm using a microphone. I'm not using my computer. So how are you guys? How's it going? Today we're talking about the power of purposeful branding, and I have loads to share with you. Plus, I have loads of questions that were sent in. We have over 100 questions, so I'm looking forward to and excited to have you guys on to share your questions, to share your thoughts. There's so many things I want to share with you, but we're gonna make it work in the hour or so that we have. So once you're coming in, let me know where you're coming in from. I'm in Miami, Florida, and let's adjust this computer a little bit. Okay, good. Yes. So I'm just typing hello to whoever's in. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, guys. How are you? Yetunde Shoulders here. I am a publicist, lifetime serial entrepreneur. I have been doing this for 18 plus years. I typically work with women entrepreneurs to help them discover their purpose so that they can do what they love, help people, and earn profits unapologetically doing it. And I use the word unapologetically because for some reason, when it comes to women and what we're good at, the truth is, because it seems easy to us, it's sometimes a challenge to charge for the value of what you're offering, because to you, somebody else is going to be work. So for you, it's maybe a bit of a challenge because it's something that comes easy for you. So I help you get comfortable with the idea that your purpose, one, is very simple, and it's something that if you step fully into it, it will transform your life and the life of others. So today we're talking about the power of purposeful branding. And if you're in, let me know. I am waiting for you guys to let me know where city you're chiming in from. I'm in Miami, Florida, and by way of, let's see, West Palm Beach, by way of Chicago, by way of Lagos, Nigeria. Yes. So I'm going to get into it in a bit, but before I get started, I'm going to share a link with you guys. I would love for you guys to join the SLA community. I'm a huge fan and supporter of She Leads Africa, the incredible network for millennial women who are crushing it, who have incredible ideas, who want to change the world, and who have taken the reins of how we want our lives to go. So bravo to you. But I definitely want you to join the She Leads Africa network. So I'm going to type the link for you here, and we look forward to you being a part of this incredible network. She Leads Africa. Okay, so I'm typing this in for you guys right now. Okay, .org. Okay. All right, if you guys see the link, let me know. Oh, okay. I was in the wrong place, guys. I'm so sorry. I was looking at the wrong screen. I didn't see you guys come in. I was like, where's everybody? Where's everyone? Thank you guys so much. All right, so I see, let's see, Foba is here, Rhoda is here, Moore is here, Natalie B is here, Oluwatosin is here, Nomzana is here, Ajibade is here, Sharon's here, Kem is here. Oh, you guys, I love it. South Africa in the house, DC in the house, Tanzania in the house, Houston, Texas, Nairobi, Kenya. We are international because this is how we roll at She Leads Africa. I love it. I was on the wrong screen. I was like, where's everyone? So glad to be here. So let me get that link and share with you guys, because if you're not a part of the She Leads Africa network already, I would love for you to join, because it's totally worth your time, energy, and effort. So let's see here. Okay. Okay. All right, you guys see the link? You see the link? Let me know. Move the web address. I didn't try again. Okay. Okay, awesome. Raleigh, North Carolina in the house, and Quebec, Canada in the house. Awesome. Let's see, Joburg in the house. Thank you guys so much. I'm so glad to see you guys here. We had almost 100 people sign up for the webinar. So if you're here, you're serious, you want to definitely understand the connection between purpose and how you can make profits with it. I have loads to share today, and I have to try to streamline it so that you guys get all your questions answered, because There were over 100 questions sent in as well. So I know you guys have a lot of questions, but I want to go through the webinar first and share the main things with you. And I will also share with you guys my secret weapon that helped me build a multiple times six-figure business. And I didn't have to do any advertising or any marketing. And it's something simple that being a part of even this network can help you tremendously tap into this sort of concept and use it to build a huge customer base of people who know, like, and trust you. So now for those of you who follow me on Instagram, typically I usually start off my webinars with some music, but we're on Sheila's Africa platform. We're gonna keep it together. And I would just love to know for you guys, if you're ready to get started, I want you to type in yes. If you're ready to get started, type in yes. I wanna see that you're ready. I'm looking at the chats. I wanna hear from you. Okay. So welcome, welcome. Thank you everyone for joining us for the webinar, The Power of Purposeful Branding. Now, there's two things I want to share with you as we get started. Thank you for the yeses. Yes, yes, yes. Rhoda says yes. Linda says yes. Oluwatobi says yes. Ama says yes. Dupe says yes. Dinio says yes. Kandi. Yes, love it. Thank you guys. I'm so glad to hear that. Yes, 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 and doubly yes. I love it. Thank you guys. Okay, so a couple of housekeeping rules. Obviously, there's going to be questions that you guys already have. So let's go through the webinar. I would say about half an hour to share some things with you. And then we'll spend the rest of the time going back and forth. And we'll ask questions in between as well. Second thing, this is something my husband always says that I want to share with you. And maybe it's something that can help you moving forward. Right now, I want you to understand the difference between a conflict and a distraction. Here's what I mean. If you have 50,000 windows open right now, I'm going to give you 5 seconds, close it all down, and leave just this window open. There's power in focus because what you focus on has power. Now, and I wrote this down because, you know, sometimes I mix it up, so I'm going to read through my notes. But there's power in understanding the difference between a conflict and a distraction. Conflicts are those things that unless you address them, they will prevent you from meeting your goals. Distractions are those things that because you address them, they will stop you from meeting your goals. So right now, anything that feels like a distraction that will stop you from getting what you need to get out of this webinar, I invite you to shut it down and focus so that we can be here together and get what we need to get out of this. And we're going to maximize it because there's so much. I have 18 years of experience doing this. So there's a lot I can share with you, but I've condensed it to a nice nugget that would be helpful for you. And you should be able to take action today moving forward. Now, can you guys hear me clearly? Because I'm using a clipped up microphone just so it's a little crisper. If you can hear me, type in yes. If you can hear me, type in yes. Let's get this party started. I'm waiting for you guys. You can hear me well? If you can hear me, type in yes. I see Oluchi. Hey, hi guys. Nice to see you. I see Charlie here. More philanthropy here. Yep. Thank you guys. Awesome. Good. Let's do this. Okay. So now a little bit for those of you who are not familiar with me. My name is Yetunde. I'm an entrepreneur, lifestyle, serial entrepreneur. I have my own PR company. I've had my company for 11 years now. And I've always been in PR. When people ask me, when did I get into PR? I always say since I was 6 years old. I was meant to do this. But the turning point for me was sometime before 2007. I met a fashion designer that just had incredible designs. And I couldn't understand how people didn't know about her. And I was like, well, I want people to know about what you do. And so my motivation for actually starting my business was because I wanted to help small business owners get international publicity. And maybe it's because I was raised in Nigeria. I was born in Chicago, raised in Nigeria. My parents are from Nigeria. So maybe because of that, I had that international mindset, like I can help them get publicity all over the world. It didn't even have to just be America. So I focused on creating a business that was intentional about supporting small business owners so that they can get their message and their purpose to the world. So that was my motivation, honestly, for starting ICPR. And the reason we actually call it IC is I had a pet iguana. I know, weird. I had a pet iguana called IC. And so if you look at my logo, the circle in the logo is supposed to be the eye of the iguana and the fact and the idea that we're all connected. So I say all this to say my passion and my purpose and my mission is to help people who are ready to step fully into their purpose, to connect that purpose and to help you identify what that purpose is and connect it to profit in a way that is unapologetic. So you're not feeling bad about charging people for the value of your services. So I've been doing this, again, like I said, for 18 years. I started my career at CBS I worked in the PR department and marketing department with planned events. And then I ended up being a reporter. So I've had a myriad of experiences. The last big experience was working for a classical music company that I'm planning classical music concerts. So I got to work with literally Grammy award-winning artists in the classical music industry to help them get publicity, help them tell their story, do their marketing whenever they come to South Florida. So anyone from P.O.W.E.R to the American Ballet Theater to the Alvin Ailey Dance Theater to the Philharmonic, New York Philharmonic, name it. Anything in classical music, if they showed up here, I was responsible for getting them the publicity. I say all this to say you are in experienced hands. And so I want to share with you my nuggets about purposeful branding and why it's important and why, I know that you guys have been hearing a lot about branding everywhere and it's overwhelming. Plus, if you're an introvert, you're over it. You're like, I don't want this to be about me. I just want to do what I know how to do. And I'm here to tell you that it's okay. You've got this. And the whole idea behind building a purposeful brand is truly first identifying the thing that is your purpose. So first questions first, if any of you are in here, is there anyone in here right now who feels like they have an idea of what their purpose is? If you have an idea of what your purpose is, type in the number 1. If you have an idea of what your purpose is, what you're supposed to be doing on this planet, type in the number 1. Introverts, yes. Yes, more philanthropy, I see you. 1, okay, BC, good job, 1, okay. Some of you know, that's good. Rhoda says 1. Winnie says 1. Ajibade says 1. Janet, Candida of Orifunke, nice. Antoinette, okay. Vivian, Sipiwe, Natalie says yes. All right, Bonolo says yes. Oluwatobi, Auntie Shar, awesome. I'm glad too. Okay, cool. Kemi Lewis says yes. That's wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. So, bravo to you that you have an idea of what your purpose is. For those who do not know, do not worry. I'm going to help you understand how this works. So if you're in a place where you have a pen and paper, this would be great. For those of you who have a pen and paper, I'm going to switch over to something I want to share with you. And this is part of the purpose breakthrough session that I do. So I'm going to give you a snippet of it so that you understand how it works, right? Okay, so let me open up the PDF real quick. All right, so here's the truth about purpose before anything else. And for those of you who do believe in God, whether or not you believe in God, actually, the idea that there's something greater than you out there that made you possible, right? The truth is, human beings are the ones that always complicate things. God is simple. The thing you're called to do is actually very simple. And as human beings, it's very hard to accept that simplicity. So the challenge with a lot of people is they already know what they're supposed to be doing. And that is the truth. We all have that instinct, that calling. Most people know already what they're supposed to be doing. The challenge is accepting and acknowledging your purpose. Most people don't want to acknowledge it. 1, because it seems absurd. 2, because you're worried about what people will say. And 3, it seems too simple that you can't accept that fact. So if any of you, if that's resonating with any of you right now, type in yes. If you feel like this thing's too simple, it can't be my purpose. I'll give you an example. Some people are supposed to be comedians. Some people are so good at organizing. You're supposed to help people organize their space. You wonder why people get into interior decorating? Some people have a better life because of what interior designers can do. Some people are meant to make people laugh. Some people are meant to be good listeners. Purpose is usually very simple. And I always use Oprah as an example. Oprah's purpose is to help people be their best self. Everything she does is about that. And I'm having goosebumps now because it's the truth. So Oprah has a show. She has her own Sirius radio station on Sirius Network. She has her own magazine. All of this stuff that Oprah does is literally so that she can help people live their best life. She's been saying it for a long time. She always says it. So everything she does is for that. So the moment you understand that your purpose is simple, that is the first step. So, everybody's trying to figure out what's my purpose? What am I supposed to do? And if you're a multi-passionate entrepreneur, so, I was one of those where you have like 15 different things that you love and you can't just figure out that one thing, right? If there anyone here who's a multi-passionate entrepreneur, type in, oh yeah. If you're a multi-passionate entrepreneur, like you have like 3, 4, 5 things that you're like, I'm just confused. I have too many things that I'm so passionate about. How do I get clear? Type in, oh yeah. And while you're doing that, there's a quote I'm looking for that I want to read to you that I think would make sense in terms of the power of being an entrepreneur. Type in, oh yeah. I see the oh yes, all the multi-passionate entrepreneurs in the house. Hey, oh, times 50. I love it. Natalie, I hear you. Oh yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I see that. Vivian, I love too many things. I know. Okay, so there's a quote I'm looking for that I think is going to make sense to you. So give me a second. Let me find this quote. And the quote is about entrepreneurship. Okay, so it's the idea that entrepreneurs who have multiple passions actually have one thing that they love, and everything else supports that. And that is the truth. If for all of us multi-passionate entrepreneurs who have 50,000 things that we like. The truth is there's one underlining thing in there that is the core, and everything else is meant to support that. Oh yeah, church finger in the air. Yes, beat salt. Awesome. So my question to you now is, understanding that there's one thing that is your calling. There's one thing. There's truly just one thing, typically for most human beings. And what you find is that the other things you're interested in actually help you support that one thing. And it's just getting clear on that one thing. And so I'll give you an example, and I love that my mother did this growing up in Nigeria. Like, she was one of those moms that was very unconventional. She supported me in everything. When I say everything, I decided I wanted to get into graphic design. She supported me. I got into event planning. She supported me. I got into modeling. She supported me. I got into photography. She supported me. I have my own food brand, like all of that stuff. And the fact that I got to explore all of that helped me understand that all of those skills are what helped me support my clients now. And so I came to the place where I understood, oh my God, all this energy that I have, it's not for me. It is seriously for you. And I realized that my purpose, my calling on this planet is for, as right now, and this has been this way for the last, 10, 15 years, my purpose on this planet is to use my energy to support you and step into your purpose. Because I truly believe that if everyone stepped fully into their purpose, it would transform your life and the life of those that you're meant to help. So, any questions so far? Before I go into it, any questions so far? Sometimes it's really hard to figure out that one thing that covers and all that you like. Yes. All right. Any questions so far? Because I want to sort of give you the simple formula to understanding the thing that is your purpose. It's very simple. And that's the thing. It's so simple, you won't believe it. Any questions so far? Ronika, nice name, Ronika. I like that name. Okay, so here's the formula to understanding the thing that is your calling. I think I'm like you. It finally makes sense. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Mbagu, I think I said that name. Mbagu. Nice. Okay, so here's the simple formula. Whenever you want to get focused and understand the thing that is your calling, 1, it's something that it's usually easy for you. 2, it's something that is beneficial to others, but is also good for you. And 3, it's something that you would do even if nobody paid you. You would still do it because it's fun all day, every day. Does that make sense? It's simple. Anybody understanding or getting clear so far? All the multi-passionate entrepreneurs are here. It's usually simple, right? It's something that basically transforms the lives of other people. And it's something that you would do if nobody paid you because it is your calling. Like if nobody paid you, you would still do it. Like it just doesn't matter. That's usually the 3-step simple formula to understanding the thing that you've been called for. But here's the challenge that most people face. We cannot acknowledge or accept how simple it is. And that's the first step. I've had people and clients that I've worked with that by the time we do their brand session and they realize how simple it is, sometimes they're disappointed because you expect it to be this big, huge thing. I'm sorry. The truth is God is simple and human beings complicate stuff. So think about rocket scientists. I always love using this example. Rocket scientists, as fancy as that name is, they love discovery. That is it. They love discovery. And so they get into that because it can help them discover things in the planets. So if you can understand and acknowledge the simplicity of your purpose, that is the first step to building something purposeful and then doing anything after that. So anyone here so far, if it's making sense to you, or if you've discovered that you in this moment you might have a better idea. For those of you who didn't give me the one as your answer, you might have a better idea of what your purpose is. And if you feel a little disappointed that it's simple, type in 0. If you feel a little disappointed, and it's okay, you're allowed to. It happens. When I realized, I'm like, wait, what? I'm supposed to be a cheerleader, because this is the title I use for myself. I'm a cheerleader to help you step into your purpose. That's all the stuff I do. No matter, I have my own food brand, I have my own PR. All of that is great, but my purpose is literally just to use my energy to help you do your purpose. The moment I realized that, I was like, oh, that's so simple. Like, it's not something fancy, Now the way you deliver it and use it is up to you. All right. Oh, thank you for being honest. I appreciate you, Remlekum. Anyone else? Okay. I know. I'm so empathizing with you guys right now who you feel like it's so simple, it's ridiculous, basically. Like, it's so simple. But the truth is, your happiness, the joy, the money you're looking for lies in that simplicity. And you can make it whatever and however fancy you want, but you have to acknowledge that purpose first. And I know sometimes the vision we have for ourselves is different from the vision that God has for us. So this is the prayer I always say that I want to share with you. Whenever I feel like I'm going to be in conflict with God's plan for my life, I always say, dear Lord, give me the strength to for what you wish for me to be in alignment with what I wish. And whenever I don't have the strength, give me the strength to follow your will instead of my will, because you have free will. So you can decide to do whatever you want. God will let you. But the truth is, with free will, you get to decide whether you want to follow God's will for your life or not. And so that's the way purpose works. It's super simple. So for me, how did I discover my calling, Habiba? I discovered my calling. This was years ago. There's so many things happened that's kind of led me into it, but it was consistent in terms of, I would find that when someone would talk to me about some challenge they have or something, I was always thinking of an idea or ways to help them, and I get excited and I would share resources. Like, anyone comes to me, ask any of my friends, or if anyone has ever been on one of my calls with me, I get excited about this stuff I share. So for me, I started to realize I find joy in that, and it also helps people. And it was so simple. I was like, wait, so all this fancy stuff I'm doing in my PR company and the graphic design and my food stuff, none of that, all of that is great. It supports the purpose, but I had to accept that. And the moment I accepted that, everything changed. Everything fell in place. All those things became successful because they help support my purpose. All right. So my problem was, okay, so Priscilla says, my problem was I wanted something that could cure world hunger or poverty, something like, I know, Priscilla, I feel you. I understand you. I'm a huge supporter of the World Food Program and the No Kid Hungry. And I was super passionate about, kids not being hungry. That's one of the reasons I actually created my food brand. But I realized that wasn't my calling. That's something I love that I can support, but it's not my calling. And that's okay. Everybody has their calling. So the idea is, if you do it right, you find the right network of people where you guys can work together. This is why I love the Sheila's Africa Network, where you guys can work together and get things done in masses, in groups that changes the world. So Modique says, oh, wow, it sounds like me. I love trying to find solutions for people. Yes, sometimes if that's your calling. I did a brand session last week for a client who his thing is solutions provider. Like, his thing is always finding a solution on complicated issues. That is his calling. So whatever it is, always about solutions. So we were able to build, think about building a brand around that. So how are you able to differentiate your calling from what you love? One, because your calling is something from what you love. Because, okay, so I love cooking. I'll give you an example. I love cooking, but I know that cooking, there's so many people cooking, one. Two, cooking for me is it's like therapy, and it's a way for me to show love. But I know that it wasn't my calling because, I can't explain it. How can I explain it? It wasn't my calling because the transformation that would happen to me and to the life of others wasn't maximum. I could manage it, and you shouldn't be able to manage it because it's boundless. What your purpose can do for the world, it has no limits. And so the moment I saw limits in terms of how I could reach people, I was like, that's it, and it didn't feel right. Can't wait for the She get together. Yes, that would be nice, right? Yeah, so let's see here. Another question. There's a difference between supporting a cause and a calling. Yes, Olaronke, thank you for saying that. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm getting carried away now, but let's refocus and briefly discuss some things that would be beneficial to you guys. So one of the things I do when I do my Purpose brand session is I have you think about 3 things that you would do. Purpose is bigger than you. There you go. That's the thing. If you can manage it, it's too small for you. So yeah, definitely, it should be bigger. It should be so big it should scare you, but it should be so thrilling as well. So that's part of it. Okay, so one of the things I do when I do this brand session with my clients is I have you think about 3 things that you feel like is your calling, right? So if you have a pen and paper, write that down. What are the 3 things that you feel like you would do without anybody paying you, and it comes easy to you and it transforms others and not just your life as well? So think about that, write that down. For those of you on, and anyone's on, if there's 3 things that you feel like, you know, for my multi-passionate entrepreneurs, type it down for me. All right. All right, Natalie, I'll answer your question. So that's a really good question. I'll answer it because, yeah, I'll answer that question shortly. Okay, so anyone want to share 3 things that they feel like is their calling? Just give me an example. I want to connect the dot for somebody. So one person, give me an example. 3 different things that you feel like are your calling, and you can't decipher which one is it. Create equal opportunity for all, equity. Okay. Hair, acting, teaching, mentoring. Okay, I like that. Oh, that's funny. I already see the connection in that, Natalie. Already, I see the connection. Okay, reading. I need 3. So reading, debating, and continuous improvement of. Okay, so organizing the clutter, connecting people, solving problems for others. I'm so seeing the connection. For those of you who said 3 things, I already see your connections. Bringing people together for a cause, party, get together. You guys are making this too easy. I love it. Beauty, PR, and food. I see the connection in that too. Beautifying people, solving problem, and event planning. Now, okay, so you guys read what the other ladies are saying in there and the other men are saying in there. You see how simple those things are? The things that you feel like, you know, you would do if nobody paid you and you feel like it would transform lives. They're so simple. They don't have to be rocket science. Okay, a couple more people share, then I'll dig into 1 or 2 of that. Okay, all right, so let's see. Okay, so let me see. Changing the vision, people. Oh my God, I love this. So you guys would totally enjoy having your brand session. This is going to be great. Okay, so let's start with, there was one that caught my eye. Okay, 2 that caught my eye. So Modupe Deomi, I'm going for you first. You said organizing / decluttering, connecting people, and solving problems for others. So, Modupe, I'm referring to you now because I'm going to look for your answer in the bottom below. Of these 3, which one do you feel like is number 1? That you have, that is your number 1 calling, you have to do it, like it's your thing. And the other stuff, you know, it can be a hobby or other stuff. But which one is of these 3 do you feel like is the number 1 thing that you're supposed to be doing? And Modupe, I'm going to scroll down for your answer. Okay. Food consulting, help people. Oh, I love this. You guys, oh, I'm so seeing the connection with all the guys. Can you guys not see do you see? I'm seeing, for all of you typing 3 things, all of this stuff is connected. And there's one on all of them. There's one that is the main one, and those are the others support them. If you can think of 3 things, that's fine. You know, 2 is fine too. Some people have more. Council, provide, solution, organize. Okay, Mbagu, that one, totally see the connection there. All right, I'm waiting for I think it's Modupe that we're sharing. Yes. All right, so let me give you guys the simple formula to this, right? Is that the thing that feels like is number 1 is 1. If that was the only thing you have to do, you know, it'll be Modupe. Okay, she said, I go to people's homes and I immediately want to help them. I have a friend like that, and she built a business and around it, and she's making 6 figures right now. Really. She loves organizing. She organizes my stuff. She organizes for people. She does this professionally now. She's in her 40s and she's making 6 figures doing this. Okay, so Modupe says, you know, the number one will be going to people's homes and immediately, you know, wanting to help them organize. So in going through this process, that one that feels like it's your thing is your thing, right? Because so let me go back to the three that you said. I want to connect the dots for you. Okay, so where's Modupe's? Okay. All right. So organizing, decluttering, connecting people, solving problems. So Modupe, if you're going for the organizing, decluttering, which I can totally understand, it actually solves problems, multiple problems for people. That's why there's a whole industry around feng shui, around interior design. And then the idea of connecting people, when you organize and create a space, that kind of space brings people together. It all connects, you know. So the idea, and then, you know, thinking about this. So when you're doing organizing and decluttering, you're connecting with people anyway, because you have to help them understand their story so that you create a space that is fitting for them. So your three things all connect. And so the idea is, which one is the one thing that is like the one that you can build a life around, that is fulfilling, that if you did it for 10, 15 years, I've been doing mine for a long time, and I'm still as excited as about it. That's the way it works. Oh, I so wish I could answer all of these ones now, but I need to get on with stuff. But here's the good thing is, you know, understanding that when you get clear on your purpose, it can transform your life and the life of others. Now, I know some people will say, well, you know, it's too simple. You know, it's supposed to be something, you know, lot more, you know, intense and concentrated and, you know, more businessy. And the truth is, it doesn't work that way for everybody. And if you're a multi-passionate entrepreneur, and if you're on this webinar, chances are it doesn't work that way for you, because you're a simple person who gets the idea that you just want to help people. That is the truth. You just want to help people with what you're good at, and you want to enjoy doing it, and it'd be awesome if you get paid for it. So that's where we're here. So now what I'm asking you is, I've actually partnered with She Leads Africa. Now, for those of you who are in She Leads Africa, a couple of years ago in New York, I was there and I presented this workshop live on at the She Hive event in New York. And so I partnered with She Leads Africa to give you guys an opportunity to sign up for the Purpose Breakthrough session. And I'm going to share the link with you guys because this partnership with She Leads Africa is super exciting for me. And I want to give you the opportunity to get clear on your purpose. Now with this, it says edit and try again. Okay. Did you guys see the link I just sent? I'm not sure if you did. Thank God I met this. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Casey. Let me see if I can share it on the other space here. Okay, do you guys see the link I sent? I just sent a link, so let me know if you see anything from me. My partnership with She Leads Africa allows you guys. You don't see any link from me. Okay, I'm gonna figure out how to retype this. Let's see here. There's no link. Okay, my probably shouldn't have a limit. Exactly, you shouldn't. All right, let's try this again. All right, guys. Give me 1 second, okay? I want to share this link with you because let's see here. Because I want you guys to get in on it. For those who got to experience the webinar live with me, it was incredible, and I definitely want you guys to experience it live. So my partnership with She Leads Africa allows us to launch this and have you guys go through your own brand session with me. Now, what's gonna happen is the first 10 people who do sign up will get my one-on-one time with me, and the people that don't, after 10 people, you get to watch the pre-recorded version of it, and so I'm looking forward to you guys being a part of it. But let's proceed to the next part of the webinar. So now, in terms of thinking about how do you attract your ideal clients, you have to think about how do you want them to feel. That is so important, because the way you want them to feel is the way that you typically feel. So for those of you who are on now who feel like you know what your purpose is, write for me 3 emotions that you want your ideal customers to feel when they experience either you, your product, your service, anything that you have to offer. Write down 3 emotions. If Mocha says no link, okay, I'm going to figure out, I'm going to talk to the She Leads team and figure out how to cut and paste this link. Keeps giving me an oops when I send it. But for those of you who have an idea of what your purpose is, type for me 3 emotions, just three emotions that you want people to feel when they experience your product, value, service, what you have to offer. And I'll explain to you why this is important and how you can build your branding around those words. Clarity, joy, peace. Oh, that was simple. Candida was quick with that. I love it. Clarity, joy, and peace. I love that. All right. Excited, optimistic, empowered. Nice. That's great. I love that. Okay. Let's see. Who else got 3 emotions for me? Writing, mentoring, organizing. Okay. Amazed, inspired, happy. Nice. Confident, joy, and relief. Oh, that's good. Happiness, freedom, peace, satisfaction, content, value, encouraged, empowered. I love that. I love that. That's awesome. Oh, excited, satisfied, accomplished. That's great. I'm glad to hear that. This is good. You guys are awesome. So here's how it works. And, you know, when you guys, you know, sign up for the brand session with me, I'll break down all of this with you. What happens is, if you look at those words that you're typing, confident, happy, Alan, I love that. Rosamond says joy, motivated, empowered. Ada says fulfilled, simplicity. What's the emotion for simplicity? I don't, Ada, give me that. That's not an emotion. Satisfaction is an emotion. Fulfilled is an emotion. Replace simplicity with something. Happy, satisfied, engaged. I love that. Love it. Thank you guys for sharing. So now remember these words, write it down because it's part of the process. But the fact that you pick these words, the truth is these are words that are important to you. These are things that you value, that you want your customers to also value. So here's the trick that I always do for my customers and my clients is, I know you may like pink, you may like blue, you may like black and white, but you want colors that will attract your ideal clients. So I always advise that you figure out what colors match these emotions, and your branding should follow those colors. Why? Because subliminally and through psychology, we respond to a lot of colors and things and emotions. We make decisions subconsciously without even thinking about it. Now, if you're prepared before your clients are to understand, to tap into the emotions that they're trying to feel, they are more likely to respond to you. So I'll give you an example. My brand color for P.O.W.E.R, my PR company, is blue. And I have black and white. Now, black and white are my favorite colors. It so happened that I use that. But blue, I'm not really a fan of blue. I've never really cared about blue. But blue, I had to pick blue for my brand since 2007, 11 years ago, because one, I wanted people to trust my brand. I wanted people to feel like I was serving them. Blue is a service color, and blue is a color that signifies trust. So whenever I work with my clients, till to date, I've had people that I would, you know, when they call me to consult, I would say, so how did you hear about me? Why did you decide to work with me? And they say, I feel like I can trust you. And I'm like, that's exactly why I picked those colors. Now, they may not know why, but I knew why. So my question to you is, are you willing to let go of the color that you love to use a color that, thank you, She Leads Africa, for posting the right link. Thank you. To use a color that will attract your ideal clients, that will tap into the emotions that she's trying to feel, that he's trying to feel, so that he can have a better life. That's one of the strategies I use that I'll be using with you. So for those of you who are on, who clicked on that link, we'll love for you to get on and sign up. Now, here's the change that has happened in the last 7 days, right? Because I've been getting a lot of questions and demands for this brand session. I've been doing this for 4 or 5 years now. And so the price for my brand session one-on-one with me has gone up to $500, literally. But the level of clarity you get on this session is what people pay thousands of dollars for. I've worked with millionaires on this session, mom and pop stores, pastors, solopreneurs, you name it. And when they go through the session, the value that you get after it, the level of clarity in terms of what you get, totally worth it, because now you can go forward and make money with your brand and with your personal brand. So click on that link, sign up. What you're going to be paying, because you are She Leads Africa and we are She Leads Africa, is $300 for this session. And it's going to start on August 1st. Now, we're doing an intensive pre-recorded version of the video, one by one, and you have access to me to ask any questions you have on our private group. So you're gonna get to sign up, and then August 1st, it will be available to you. But like I said, the first 10 people only, the first 10 that sign up for this link will have access to me one-on-one. That's 90 minutes of pure clarity. And you can check out the page that I sent you with testimonials in there from the editor of Radiant Health Magazine, Edwina Colego as well. A whole lot of people that have taken this session have given their reviews so that you can understand what you're getting, the value of what you're getting, okay? So guys, let's jump to the next thing, because I know there's a couple of more things that I want to cover with you guys. in terms of positioning your brand for for a purposeful brand to earn multiple six figures. And I know some of you had a lot from the questions we got. These are all the questions we got from you guys. 7 pages of questions, over 100 questions. But a lot of it was, some people were like, really, six figures? And I can tell you this resoundingly, yes. I am a testimony to that, and I never had to do any advertising or marketing. But before I get on that, I want to share with you a couple of things that you need to do in terms of coming up with a brand statement, something simple, right? So we're going to work with 1 or 2 people here. So let's come up with a simple, like your irresistible offer. What it is that you have to offer people so that they can understand how you're going to help them and understand what you're delivering to them. So I'm going to share this with you guys on, let's copy and paste this here. All right. Now this is, all right, here you go, guys. This is sort of a blueprint. Let's see here. Let me know if you guys see it. Okay. I don't know why I'm having issues. Oh, because it's too many words. Okay. So let me cut that down. All right. Start with, my name is. All right. So start with, my name is. All right, so let me list it out for you guys. So what you're gonna do first is you're gonna identify who your ideal client is. And again, the process we'll go through when, for those of you who sign up for the Purpose Breakthrough session, we'll go through that. But we get to identify your client. So is there anyone here that can tell me who they feel their ideal client is? Is it women? Is it professional women? Is it children? Is it men? Somebody give me an example of who you think would be like, so P.O.W.E.R, for example, with your organization thing, it's probably going to be women because women like order, but men as well. There's a lot of professional men that like order. So in terms of the people that would most support your business, is it men or women? Youth. Okay, that's good. Okay, so write that down. So your name is, my client is young women. So young women, as in, are they professional women? Are they entrepreneurs? Are they stay-at-home moms? The more specific, the better. That's what they call niche marketing. Female of all ages. Olamide, you want to be as specific as possible. Female of all ages is too broad and it's going to water down your marketing. Women. So is it, what kind of women? Is it business women? Is it like, get specific. Middle class working women. I like that. That's specific. Okay. So you guys, so you write down, my name is, all right. My name is whatever your name is. And my, let's see here. I support, who do you support? Who do you support? My name is, and I support, okay, so I'll give you an example. My name is Yetunde, and I support women entrepreneurs. And what's that calling? So not number 1, I support women entrepreneurs by helping them stay organized. I'm using it as an example, helping them stay organized so that they can, what is your client's ideal goal? Number 1 goal. So if you can think of the person's goal based on what you have to offer, what is their goal? Yeah, you can rewatch this, Anna. Yes, you'll be able to rewatch this. And you guys, so here's the plus side. This, I have this fun PDF sheet that has a bunch of information in there that'll be super helpful to you. The Sheila's Africa team is going to send you the link to download, and 2 things I'm actually going to send to you as well, a link to sign up now, but it's a link to my Stripe file that helped me make 6 figures, and I'll explain that to you in a second. Okay, so your name, who you support. So here's what you need. Let me give you the formula. You need your name, who you support. You need how you support them. So with your number 1 calling. So your thing for P.O.W.E.R is helping them organize and declutter. You need to understand what their top goal is. So their top goal is to have a clean home so that they can think, right? And you always also want to address what's their pain points or what's the obstacle. So you want her to be able to have a clean home so that she can avoid feeling stressed. And then you want to share how you do this. I do this by coming up with a 7-step system that helps her keep her house clean for longer than a week, right? Again, you guys are going to get this PDF from the Sheila's Africa team, so don't stress about it. If you're on live, you're going to get it. So no worries. Okay, so So when you get this, guys, I'm available on social media. For those of you who are on Instagram, my Instagram is, let me type it in, Shorters, so that you can follow me. And if you have simple, and I say simple because, you know, you can always book a consultation with me, but if you have a simple questions that you want to ask based on this, and again, you will get this PDF from the Sheely's Africa team, so don't worry about it. But the idea is you're going to be able to come up with your irresistible sentence that says exactly how you help people, that feeds into the goal that they have, that stops the obstacle that is their problem, and how you do it. Simple formula for basically your simple elevator pitch. So I'll give you what mine is, right? My name is Yetunde, and I help women entrepreneurs discover their purpose in 5 easy steps so that they can do what they love, help others, and earn profits unapologetically without giving up who they truly are. I do this by using PR and branding strategies that helps them bring their best selves to the world. Simple. Less than 30 seconds is very different from me saying I'm a publicist. So I teach you to write down your purpose statements, your brand statements, and then you have an irresistible offer statement that you make as well. So it says, okay, so Dodoye says, my name is Dodoye. I support people, young men, old men, women, to be inspired, entertained by writing stories, pieces, poetry, articles. Okay, and you do that so that what's the goal? So that they can experience a different perspective on life and avoid feeling stressed about the world. I do this by sharing my stories on Facebook. Does that make sense? Like the complete sentence. You get that, don't worry. Okay, awesome. All right, guys. So let's jump to the part that you guys have been waiting for, the secrets to my 6-figure formula. Okay? You guys, so far, any questions? And I'm looking at my notes here because, you know, we got to plan stuff. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm so glad and excited to have you guys on. And there's so many nuggets here. I feel like I have to go back and watch this too, so that, you know, we can see all the stuff you guys were sharing. Okay. Any questions so far before I jump to the next part? I support young women. Okay, so Koyi says, my name is Anna and I support young entrepreneurs by providing a platform where they can list and advertise their business. Okay, and I do this by, okay, so one thing that's missing there is you want to say the thing that's the problem. Well, so where they can list and advertise their business so that they're not buried in, you know, social media. Like, what is the thing that is the problem they're trying to fight? You want to put that in there. And I do this by providing a website where vendors can advertise their business. I like that, Koyi. Good job. That's awesome. That's awesome. Good job. All right, don't worry. You guys are going to get the template so you'll be able to have a simple sentence to say how you can help somebody. They're like, good, sign me up. That's the whole idea. Okay? All right, guys. So let's see here. So that was the brand statement bit of it, right? So what I want to share with you is something that you guys need to, you're enjoying the webinar, the seminar. I'm so glad. Yay. If you're tuned in and you're enjoying this, type in yes. Let me see what's going on. Type in yes is the best thing that has happened to me. I am so glad to hear that, Ajibade. I'm so glad. Thanks for sharing for me. If you're enjoying this so far and you're woo-woo all about your purpose, type in yes. If you have any questions, drop them in. Cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yay, I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, I see Candida said yes, yes, girl. Yes. Awesome, I'm so glad to hear that. Awesome. Yay, you guys are making my day. Woo, woo, woo. Awesome, love it. Okay, so let's jump to the meat and secret sauce, right? So this, I want to share with you, there's something that I call how to get paid without question, right? So there's a lot of you who are new to your industry. There's a lot of you who are sort of building your name and you're like, and one of the questions I got from this list of 100 questions, which we're going to figure out how to answer all of them, is that how do you position yourself in a place where there's so many, professionals and so many people who are experts, but you're trying to be the experts. The question is, how do you position yourself to do that? So here's a couple of things I'm going to share with you that would help you, that you can start doing now. And I call this is under my, I have a free workshop that I do called How to Get Paid Without Questions. And so these are 5 simple things I'm going to share with you real quick. And the last one is the secret to how I built a 6-figure business. So I'm going to share that with you, and I'm going to share a link for you guys to get my swipe file. Yes, Casey, you have the PDF. Sheely's Africa is going to send it. So I'm going to share with you my link for you guys to get my actual swipe file. If you're interested, my swipe file that I use to get new business from my network. Okay, so here are the 5 things you need to know, and I'm just going to breeze through this and so that we can get to some questions. 5 things you need to know to build a business that actually gets you clients that will pay you without questions. And when I say pay you without questions, when a client calls me and they say they want personal branding, and I tell them I start at $5,000 or $8,000, they don't ask, because I've already done the work to build the kind of business where they see my work, and so the price is like they know what they're going to get. You want to do the work to get to that point. It's required. You can't skip it, and don't try to rush it, because believe me, when the time comes, it's going to be comfortable. So I know everybody wants something that happens yesterday. It doesn't work that way. You have to earn your keep, which means you have to build a purposeful personal brand that is about who you are and brings your best self to the world, okay? So the first thing is positioning. So what positioning means is basically you're putting yourself in a place of authority, putting yourself in a place of, I know what I'm doing, or I'm sharing what I've learned and I want to share with you. So what that means is, from today, if you're trying to position yourself as the next best publicist, start writing articles about publicity. Start on your blog, and then, I know Sheila Africa is always looking for content. Try writing, do some research on how to write a really good article. Start writing articles, pitch it to Sheila's and see if it's something they can pick up. You want to start positioning yourself as the go-to person. Even if there's 50,000 publicists out there, don't worry about it. There's certain people that can only work with you, and those are the people you need to focus on. So here's the story I always use for people. And everyone has experienced this. You know how maybe your parents or your girlfriend or someone has told you something before. They've repeated it 50,000 times and you didn't understand it. And then, 5 years later, Schmo Joe, who you don't even know, says the same thing to you, and all of a sudden you have your eureka moment. You're like, oh my God. And then you go back and tell your parents or your friends that I heard this thing, and they're like, I told you this 5 years ago. That's exactly how it works. There's some people that can only hear it from you. So don't even worry. Competition is not your problem. Your competition is you. The you that you were yesterday is your competition, because there's some people that can only understand it the way you have to say it, Joy, the way you have to say it, Maduka, the way you have to say it, Antishar. There's some people that can only hear it from you. So the sky is big enough for everyone. And the truth is, I love using calculators for this. So let's calculate this. The truth is, even if you have just 50 clients, right? And let's say you charge that 50 clients, let's say $500 a month. If you charge 50 clients $500 a month, that is $25,000. Yeah, I'm sure you'll be okay with that. And multiply that by 12. That's $300,000. You don't need a lot. You just need the right number. You need to be able to calculate that. And that is all stuff that I share with you when you do the Purposeful breakthrough session. We break down for you so you understand your numbers and know exactly what you need to get the number you need to make you happy. So Sheila's Africa, if you can share that link again so that we can get some of these incredible ladies to sign up for the Purpose Breakthrough session. Like I said, the session is going to begin for you guys August 1st. And so you have an in-depth, detailed video that you're going to have to sit down, focus, and spend time on and get this whole process done. But the first 10 people that do sign up will get one-on-one time with me. That's 90 minutes of pure brand clarity. And when you're done, it's always funny because I've had people take the session with me, and I would see at least 60 to 70 people get emotional in the first 10 minutes because it's such a deep experience that it depends on you. The more honest you are about who you are and what you have to tell and share with the world, the more authentic you get out of the answers. So Team Sheila's, if you can share that link again, I would appreciate it so that we can have this incredible women sign up for our JV partnership. I have a partnership with Sheila's Africa that will help you guys tap into getting the clarity of your purpose by signing up for the Purpose Breakthrough session. Okay, so first thing you need to make sure you position yourself to get paid without question is positioning. And positioning also includes your social media. What are you sharing? How are you sharing it? What does it look like? Take the time to learn what you need to position yourself to be the go-to person. You also want to be authentic to yourself. So it's not just about, obviously I want you to support your ideal clients and your customers, but you also have to stay true to who you are so that you're not having to feel like you're becoming somebody else to do what you're supposed to do. It doesn't work that way. So be as authentic as you can be. And obviously I'm not saying you share your whole personal story, but as personal as you can be, because people connect to people. So if they can connect to you, incredible experience. Okay, so number one is positioning, all right? And number two thing that you need to do is pain solution. So what it is you have to understand what is it that keeps your ideal customer up at night. So Modipo, I keep using you because you use the decluttering, and I told you I have a friend who has a 6-figure business doing that. Is what keeps them up at night is maybe they're not a tidy person and they're untidy, or they're tired of having a messy home, and so it discombobulates them. They feel unprepared for life. So you want to figure out what their pain point is. Like, what is their pain? What is the thing that is keeping them up at night? And then what is the thing that you do that is the solution to that lack of sleep? Think about it that way. So for me, my pain point is women who have multiple passions and they just want to get clear and do one thing and focus. And even if they get to do all the things that they want to do, they just want to be able to streamline all of it so that they can do what they love. That's their pain point. My solution is something that helps you get clear so that you build a life around your purpose. And so you're not having to fake who you are, but you are also having to get to do all the things you love, right? So pain number 2 is you want to figure out what their pain is, and you want to provide your solution that you're good at based on that pain. That makes sense? If you guys are on, if it makes sense, type in yes.